So welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so tell us the name. Okay, just tell us everything, and I'm just going to shut up now.
Okay, so the name of the business is Contender eSports Gaming Center.
Okay.
We're located on Spring Cypress Road and Old Luetta Road, down in Spring, or Klein, actually. So we're about, half a mile away from Klein Kane High School.
Yep.
What it is it's an eSports gaming center. So we have 50 gaming stations, 34 PCs, 16 Xboxes, 8 Nintendo Switches, in every game anybody could ever imagine.
I've
So
got an Atari
you did this
520
for
ST with
yourself.
Pong.
You've opened this up for yourself, right?
If the game is
Ideally.
digital,
Yeah.
we have it. And if we don't have it, give us 5 minutes because we can get it for you.
And you can't purchase the games. This is all about playing the newest, best thing possible.
Yeah, so like Call of Duty Modern Warfare got released last night.
Yeah, I
at
know
like
about-
8
I know about
p.m.
that.
So we've already got that on our servers and they're ready to go.
Is anyone even playing it though?
I tried playing it
like, you
last
couldn't
night.
get in,
and,
last thing
yeah,
I heard.
couldn't either.
At 9 o'clock last night, I think the servers for
Microsoft.
Modern Warfare just went
Boom.
kaput.
Yeah. All my buddies were texting me, and I was like, "Oh, that's why you don't play at launch." I played WoW Classic at launch, and I'll still get yelled at by my wife because I didn't queue her when I queued me. So I got on, immediately, and then she had to wait till 1 a.m.
Oh
to
my
play,
gosh.
and she's like, "This is so stupid. I don't want to play this game."
Okay, so while you losers were trying to do that, I was enjoying playing Mario Kart on my Wii at home all night long. So
I've still got Mario Kart on my N64, and I love my
Right.
N64.
somewhere around I still have my Commodore VIC-20, my Amiga, and my Atari 520 ST. I've got Pong that I still
Oh,
play.
that's incredible.
Yeah. The
We
original
actually
Pong.
have one of our team members is big into the retro gaming scene. So we're trying to get her involved with some retro gaming tournaments and some events to hold at Contender Esports as well.
What counts as a retro game? Is it like Tetris or Joust or
It's
something?
probably anything before
Yeah.
PS2 and Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
N64, Atari, Duck Hunt. Love Duck Hunt.
So this seems to be like the next generation. In a minute, I'm going to ask like what prompted the whole thing. But like, I'm a Woodlands resident, and in there we have an actual. I think it's called the Game Preserve, but it's like where you have the old console games like Joust and Defender and Pac-Man and
Yeah.
stuff, where you pay a little membership fee and you go there. And I have a friend who he collects pinballs and old games, so he decided to open his old. So it seems that the old style of retro games are coming back, and so this is like a perfect blending of I don't want to be playing Pong all day, but I don't necessarily want to get out in a football field and die.
Oh, absolutely. And, the retro games are coming back. I mean, just look at all of the quote-unquote retro things that are coming back today. I mean, look how popular Friends is, a TV show. Look how popular The Office is. I mean, anything that started back in...
Vinyl records.
Vinyl records are coming back. So anything that started over 15 years ago is now retro, and it's making its way back into the basically any scene that you can think of.
Well, I'm gonna let you know. I've been playing video games since I was born.
Excellent.
And my brothers got me into. I have older brothers.
Video
so,
games weren't invented till I was 12.
So no, really, because my brother, we grew up on the NES and the Atari, and then there was something before that. I forgot what it's called.
The Amiga.
Whatever had the keyboard on it, and that came with the console.
The
And
Timex Sinclair,
I don't know.
a little press button 1K.
But basically, what I'm impressed with what's going on with your group or y'all's business is y'all create an atmosphere for people to come play games and to like be competitive, but also be in a community. Because when I was younger, that didn't exist. So like I didn't get to play video games. I had to play with my older brothers who always beat me, and they'd always get to choose what to play. I never got to play my games or something like that because we only had one TV, one console. But that's one thing I was like, I could think about when I was younger. That'd be the coolest place to go to and spend my Saturday because I get to play games, play against people. And then especially I was reading what y'all do like competitions and tournaments. And like that to me is really neat. And like y'all do prizes, I imagine. Like give me for a listener who likes playing, let's say, Fortnite. I imagine that's a big game because it's a competitive game. We're talking about that kid that won millions of dollars.
Oh my God.
And so there's a want for that. So what would you guys do? So if I would like Fortnite, what do y'all offer me?
So you can come in and casually game any time of the day that we're open. Fortnite's always on the PCs. We've got it on Xbox too, if I remember.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's on the phone.
Yeah, it's on the phone now. So you can come in and play Fortnite anytime you want. If you're part of a team, bring your entire team in. That way you can sit right next to your team members and
Yeah.
actually be able to communicate with them instead of sitting at your houses miles apart. It just gives it a little bit more of a camaraderie and a little bit more community.
Well, I mean, we used to do LAN parties a lot.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for Counter-Strike when Counter-Strike, I think the first LAN party I had was Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness. And it was like, because that's right when LAN was really connected.
Yeah.
And that's when my brothers and our neighbors, we had like 8 computers. And it was, how big those computers are.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I remember we slept
So-
down to play Unreal Tournament, so I'd be hauling my PS1 and
And I think that's what's nice about y'all's spot is you don't have to haul.
We've got
And you'll
all the
have-
computers. We've got a Fortnite tournament coming up in 2 weeks.
So
2
there,
weeks
so
from
there's
today.
tournaments. So
There's-
say,
Absolutely.
So now this is going to be silly, but I'm over 18. Is there money involved
Yes.
for
There
me?
is.
So, but if I'm under 18, how does that work?
There's still money involved.
still money
There's
involved.
no age limit.
Okay.
What we do is we work through. It is called
Matcherino.
Matcherino. Thank you. Matcherino. You sign up with you have to have a PayPal account.
Okay. So this is something like worldwide. I just go to Metro.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All
It's
right.
like I think it's matcherino.com. So yeah, you sign up on Matcherino, you pay your venue. It's a venue fee. The entry fee is usually a venue fee and a tournament fee. It's usually like $20 or something. You pay Matcherino. Matcherino pays out at the end of the day, and they just send you either
So
a check.
you
or-
coordinate with them.
Yep.
And then okay. So
So Matcherino, you still have to compete in our center. So we're setting
Well, yeah.
up the tournament for our center only. So we're not
Yeah.
competing with other locations or anything like
Yet.
that yet. As the business grows, we will be
Yeah.
blowing
So
that out a little bit.
So Contender, going back a little bit, sorry. Contender eSports is actually a franchise. We are independently owned here in Houston, but we are part of a bigger system. Contender eSports, we're the second store to open.
wow.
There's one in Toledo, Ohio, and then us. I got word yesterday that there are 19 or 20 now behind us that are in the works. They've already got either their locations or they've signed their agreements or they're in the build out phase. There's quite a few behind us.
yeah,
And-
I was always surprised like GameStop didn't try to do this because there
Yeah.
was one I would say about 20 years ago in spring on Student Airline in Louetta. And it was an internet cafe, but their thing was we have the best computers. So if you want to play, whatever
we
game.
have 386s.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it was one of those things. And I was like, because it wasn't console based, it was just computer based. But again, like, what's neat about y'all's focus on esports and gaming, it's like it's community wise.
Yeah.
And I really like that because y'all offer memberships.
Yep.
We do.
And y'all do it by the hour, and then you get cheaper if you're a member, and then you have these tournaments. And to me, that's like if I was listening, am I remotely interested in playing games that are current and competitive? I'd be like, I'm gonna go try out my skills.
Well, it seems to be very
Exactly.
cost effective because I'm as cheap as they come. So I'll go to GameStop and get the Wii game or Xbox
Yeah.
game on sale for $1 or $2. So I'm like 6 generations behind on gaming. To my son's eternal shame, I have a grown son. He's like, Dad, but this gives me an opportunity to come in without plunking down. I don't even know what games are going for, 70, 80, $90 maybe,
Yeah.
to see if I even want to
Yeah.
play it, as well as give me that sense of camaraderie. I think something like Contender Esports can do, it's address head on the age-old argument that people typically, my generation, complain, wow, it just seals them off from everybody else. It gets rid of social skills. Well, this is actually bringing them together.
Yeah.
Exactly. And as you said about the community, we're doing our best to build our own community. We've put up a Discord server, and we've got a lot of traction through that.
There's a lot of people online.
Yeah.
That's
And-
sure. It's a little weird.
And so we're trying to let the community know that we're here to work with the gaming community. We're not here just to take money from the community. Whatever the gaming community wants in Houston, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to figure out a way to implement it.
Well, that's one thing. Technical wise, like for example, Call of Duty came out last night. How does that work if you don't have because it's through Blizzard and if I don't have an account, how does that work?
We have our own.
So
store
when I
accounts.
play on your computer, I don't have a handle. It's y'all's handle.
Yeah, so
So-
you can do two different things. You can either play on the store account. We do have a store account, so if you don't have the game at home,
Yeah.
you can come test it out on our systems and see if you like it.
That's
and
why.
it's
That's why
fine.
I kind of want to do that because I'm not.
If you have your own Blizzard account, you log in as you. That way, you can keep all of your statistics.
But I have to
especially-
own the game though.
Yeah,
At that point, you would
At
have
that
to own the
point,
game.
yeah. Yeah.
So if you come in and you don't own the game, your statistics will
We'll stay with you guys.
exactly, and all your skins, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
And technically,
'Cause that's a big deal to
speaking,
some people.
There's no way around
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
curious
huge.
because I know Blizzard's Mr. or Mrs. Security, and they have a dongle thing that will send you like
A what?
a dongle on your keychain, and it'll send you like an 8-digit code that you have to put in. You have 2 minutes to put it in to get into your account.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember
they're-
the scandal when
I mean,
Dungeons and
they're
Dragons
serious.
people would like roll up a character and sell it for $10 to at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a chaotic neutral druid here with high charisma for $5. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a real deal. And like, because I know I built my own computer. My brother taught me how to build computers. So let's ask that question about consoles are for potatoes. That's another
pretty
world.
simple, yeah.
I'm just kidding. If you play console, that's fine. But I'm a big PC player, and when it comes to competing on video game or on PC, I laugh because people are spending $1,000 on a monitor. So what kind of experience am I looking at? Because I can't afford $1,000. I always wondered, the highest refresh rate, does it really change the way people play games?
It does.
Apparently it does. So if I come to your place, will I see that?
Yes.
Will I
Yes.
see that
So-
expensive monitor and expensive setup?
Yeah.
We've got a 24.5-inch FreeSync monitors, and
Okay.
they are glorious.
They're-
Now, even though 24.5 inches doesn't seem big when you're
Yeah,
talking about
I was
it, considering
reading
they have
27.
30, 40, 50
I was reading
monitors out
27s
there.
really we want to hit to get the full.
This one, these are 240 hertz monitors,
Okay.
and they've got a 0.5 second refresh rate.
Millisecond.
Millisecond.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I kid you not, Sean. Like
That's
if
a
you're
big
looking
difference.
into getting into video games and building a computer, it's like it's not just, and that's why consoles are needed because it's just one buy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing computer, you buy the case, you buy the graphics
Oh,
card,
yeah.
Yep.
and like you can spend up to $4 or $5 easy.
Yeah.
Without even owning a monitor. And you're like, now I gotta get a monitor to play all this. Well, the monitor you need to buy is $800. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
And I never know a place to go see it because the only place I know is Micro Center, and they don't really let you play games on their computers, just kind of showing you.
And not
Yeah.
only that, it's way far away.
Yeah.
Oh, that Micro Center in Galleria?
Yeah, that's the only
Are
place
they
I
still
know.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
moved.
are.
They moved to a really inconvenient place.
I thought they were Babbage's.
But no, that's the only. So that's what's really cool about your place is because when it comes to computer components, you don't really get to see and touch and know what's going on. Especially keyboards. Keyboards are a big deal to
Yeah.
people.
Yes, they are.
And that to me is a really good advantage of going to y'all's place because you get to see what exactly is the top of the line, and do I really want to spend the $600, $800 or
Yeah.
whatever?
Absolutely.
Especially with games.
Well, we've got such a big high school population around us too, being right in the middle of Klein. Klein Kane High School is right across from us. They've got a esports club that has 230 members.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
was wondering if they had their own.
Yeah,
What
they
our
do.
school?
and they're not even they don't even have a full 4 grades yet because they're such a brand new school.
Well, because what's interesting about that, and I'll let Sean. This is the impact that how fast the esports is getting into. I'm a big soccer fan, and like the Bundesliga and also in Premier League, those soccer teams are now having a FIFA, it's a video game,
Yeah.
affiliate. So when the soccer team travels to their competitor, they'll bring their 2 guys or girls, and they'll play FIFA against their people.
Dynamo actually has a
Dynamo
that
has
does
their
that
own
too.
team. Like that's a real deal. And I kind of laughed at it because the Dynamo guy got first place, I think, at the first tournament. I was like, oh look, the Houston actually won something, and they didn't choke. But no, and it's like I go, man, that's kind of interesting because they're testing the waters. They're seeing, they're like, how much money can we make? And I think that's the biggest issue video games have going into the future is there's not one market that controls it. So there isn't like an ESPN that has its own tournament. And I think, because I remember 25 years ago, if there's a video game person listening, there was always a huge tournament in Dallas for Counter-Strike. And it was giant, like 20,000 people around the world would come and play. And they like took over. It was one of the funniest things because I remember reading forums about the network guy who had to like put it all together, and it was like a big fiasco. But you could win, $10,000, $20,000. But what do you guys see being kind of like the representation of esports? Who do you see going through the market becoming the big NFL? Because I know Blizzard's putting a lot of money in their stuff. Blizzard meaning like Warcraft and
Yeah.
the people who love China, those people. And
Steam is too, from what I understand.
are they? Because like, that's one thing I loved about Blizzard is they incorporated it in their launcher where you can watch it goes like live right now, and it's like a click. And
Yeah.
Twitch is a big component of it.
Yep.
Because everything's done through Twitch, basically, from what I understand when it comes to esports. Is there any other alternative?
There's
to
There's
Twitch?
Twitch, Mixer,
Yeah.
YouTube, or
Not
yeah,
yeah, YouTube.
Yeah,
Some
YouTube
people
is
do it on
YouTube gaming. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then there's also a new one called Caffeine, but I don't think that one really has a whole lot of content yet. They just sold
It's
a
pretty
whole
new.
bunch. But the thing about Mixer is,
Yeah.
so they brought over Ninja, what, 2 or 3 months ago?
is that a guy? That's the guy,
That,
right?
that is the
that's-
guy. Just yesterday, they just brought over Shroud.
Okay.
So, and those were the 2 biggest streamers on Twitch in the
But
entire
they're not.
world.
They're not e-sport competitors.
Yeah.
They're just
They
streamers.
were.
They're just streamers, right?
So,
I just watch him
Ninja-
cook hot dogs.
So
Like,
Ninja
that's-
used to be a
It's weird. No, you just
Halo
watch
Pro.
him. You just watch him, and he plays games occasionally.
Man,
I
I'm
guess.
in the wrong industry.
Well,
Did you know you could do that?
well, no, that's
Watch
what,
me pluck my
that's what,
eyebrow.
that's what kind of confused me because like I like Overwatch a lot, and I've watched the Houston Outlaws. Just I was like, oh, let's try to get into it. Let me see if I can get into it, and I got into it. It was fun, and they had schedules and they play and like they had a full deal. And the only thing that I thought was disconnecting is if you're going to name a team after a city, like at least play in the city or something like that. They all played in California. I'm like, that doesn't really make any sense.
Well, they're starting to.
So-
this next season, they're all going to their home bases or their home cities is where they're going to be competing, and it's going to be more of a.
They could potentially come to y'all's
geographical.
place.
I would love that.
When it comes down to that level of professional gaming, we don't have an arena style to actually.
Well, they can
compete,
practice.
but they can
can practice,
absolutely
yeah.
come practice. We have a party room that is set up for boot camps for that specific purpose.
Okay.
We've talked to a couple professional teams around town and who are excited to have a boot camp facility.
I don't
there.
know. Do y'all watch the show Ballers?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that little angle they had at the end where it's like esports. I was like, come on.
Oh man, I haven't seen the final season.
No,
yet.
dude, they involve esports. 'Cause
Oh,
one of
that's great.
the main characters is a football player, and he's like going to sign a contract, but he likes playing video games. So it's like, I don't want to play football. I want to play video games. And of course, everyone's like, dude, you're going to sign a $90 million contract. Why would you not do that? It's like, I want to play video games professionally. And I don't know if they get paid $90 million, but
I have
it was-
rarely felt older than I do right now. I want to figure out how this started. So, because I know that starting a franchise or entering the franchise is not it's an inconsiderable. It impacts everything, the whole life. Did you two just wake up one morning from a previous career path and say, "Hey, honey, let's open up an e-gaming center"?
So I'm gonna let Aaron take this one.
Okay.
No, so Adam he's always been a casual gamer. He loves his Xbox and he keeps up with all the new
Who
releases.
doesn't?
Yeah.
I know. And to be fair, I'm not that, it's only been very recently that I've gotten to gaming. We have a 2-year-old daughter and she's taken up all of my time. And about a year ago, he started really watching the esports industry and going, there's a need here, especially in Houston, for things like these high school teams don't have anywhere to go. They've been either pulling up a whole bunch of PCs in their school cafeteria, or they've just been playing tournaments at their own homes and and UIL has recently started paying attention to esports and considering putting it on the roster for an actual sport. Because some of these kids are being treated like athletes. I mean, there's college scholarships going out now.
Yeah.
And we're hosting a combine starting today that college recruiters and professional team recruiters can watch the statistics that the kids are playing in our store and offer them opportunities, whether that be on a pro team or semi-pro team, a scholarship, things like that. So we kind of recognize that Houston doesn't have that, and the community, the people that we were meeting in the community are just so amazing that it was a travesty that wasn't there. And so we thought, we're probably getting into it a little bit early, but I'd rather be early than way too late. And I want to help the community grow. I want to do what we can. If a kid's sitting in
there's
our store
definitely a
gets-
need for it.
Yeah.
Because I think like the first tournament I entered was through GameStop, and it was a Mario Kart deal, and I entered all 3 GameStops in spring, and I won all 3. And I was, because I knew I could do it, I was like, these guys are chumps. And I really like video games. I really do. I don't know, Sean probably hasn't seen me. My wife's probably like, oh, but this is like, I'm telling you, this is a cool place that I find if I had the time, I would go there all the time. Especially if you're a player, one thing that's important about what y'all have is y'all have the latest and greatest, meaning if I am at home playing on my Dell laptop that's 9 years old, I don't feel like I'm up to speed with everybody that I'm playing online. So if I really want to feel like I'm up to speed, I can play there like a Contender eSports.
Yeah.
So.
And all of our PCs are custom made. They're not
Yeah.
off the shelf PCs. So
Because that's what my son's all about. He's something about an alien something, and it's
Oh,
got all
Alienware,
these
yeah.
things, and it's hardcore. Well, one thing that I really respect about this, it's the other day we were talking about. We had an educational slant going on that when I was growing up, the whole thing was go to a 4-year college. You know, if you've become a plumber or something, you're lesser than someone with a degree in French Romance languages. You know. But now that's kind of that. Not everyone is suited for college. You know that we need tradesmen, and I feel that over time, not everyone is suited to be on the football squad,
Right.
or the soccer team, or something, or whether it be age or a physical situation or diet or anything. And this is actually filling a need that this is including those kids and adults who may have felt. I can only watch. I can't
Yeah.
partake, and I think it really opens up their world for them.
It's the people that we've met through this process have been pretty incredible. I met a couple in Springfield, Missouri, who they were independently doing Smash tournaments and crossed paths one day, and they got married, and they are now expecting their first child. And they were going, without the Smash community, this new person literally would not exist. And when we were talking about it, I was going, okay, somebody's peeling onions around here, obviously, because now I'm sobbing. But it was just like, it kind of put it in focus for me that this group is it's so huge, and there's so many people involved in it that they just don't have anywhere to go. There's not a single place. I mean, there's a few. I mean, I shouldn't say there's not a single place. There's a few, but we just want to be a part of it. We want to be involved.
Let's talk about that with Contender eSports. It's located on 9702 Spring Cypress Road in Spring. Now, let's talk about the structure of it.
Sure.
So, if I'm a kid, how much money is it going to cost me?
So yeah,
If I'm an adult, how much money is it going to cost me?
it's going to cost the adults and the kids the same.
That was emotionally fall under the kid category.
Yeah. So standard pricing starts at $7 an hour. If you
Okay.
want to come in and play it, $7 an hour. We do have packages, 4-hour, 8-hour. We do have day passes. A standard membership is $7.99 a month, and that gets you discounts on all of the packages. So
Okay.
if you're a member for $8 a month, the 1 hour goes down to $5. I think our package of 8 hours is like $25 or something.
it roughly goes down 20 to 25%.
Yeah,
But
at every level.
That's
So
very
that's the play.
reasonable.
So when y'all do tournaments and things,
Yeah.
is there benefits? Because I know there's entry fees, and so is that affected by my membership if I'm a member of your location?
with memberships, you get early entry to the tournament.
What does that mean? What's the benefit of that?
You get to be the first one to enter in case we fill up.
Oh, okay.
And we do a lot of outside tournaments as well. We have outside TOs coming in that wants to do their own tournaments, which we support fully. And we don't have any.
How does that work? So if I'm a
So if you're a TO, you
What's
guys
a TO
come to
mean?
us. I'm sorry, a tournament organizer.
okay,
God,
And
Dick. I thought you knew this nomenclature.
so if you're a tournament organizer, you can come to us, either come into the store, talk to Aaron or myself, and say, hey, I want to host a tournament every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it's going to be this game, and we can bring 15 people per week. We say, okay, we give you a venue fee, and then you take care of everything else.
Okay.
You invite, you promote. We'll also promote
We'll
with you.
cross-promote for sure.
You handle all the money, and at the end of the day, you do the payout, and we'll just take our small venue fee. And
That's cool.
Or,
move
yeah,
on.
we're not here to reinvent the wheel. Like these tournament organizers have been organizing tournaments that they set up in coffee shops and in bars
Yeah.
using Wi-Fi, and we have dedicated fiber to our store, so nobody else can touch our internet.
Yeah.
Ours is ours.
Nice.
And so that makes it a little bit nicer. But we don't want to reinvent their wheel. They've been doing this very successfully. TOs know what they're doing. We want to let them do them. Like
And then on top of that, we're also going to be having contender sponsored events and tournaments. And those are the ones where our VIP members will actually get the early entry into.
So you need folks who are listening you have a website they can see what's coming up.
We do. It's contenderesports.com/springtx.
Okay, and then I'll have Facebook and things like
Yep.
that. You'll create events.
yeah.
And
the
our
thing-
Instagram is Contender Esports Spring.
Yeah. I think so.
So give me an idea of a tournament. What do you think of charging for that kind of stuff? Because like say there's a FIFA tournament y'all are throwing. What are you looking at price wise? Just
Generally,
range?
all weekly tournaments are $20.
$20, and then and then you'll say the payout and prizes and things like.
Yeah.
What can I win besides money?
The payout really depends on how many people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
Minimums are usually $200.
Yeah.
And it can go up from there. And then once more Contender stores start opening, the Contender store in Springfield, Missouri is very excited because they want to start doing inner store.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the pot would grow when there's multiple of our stores participating too.
And do y'all have any league style systems? Meaning like.
Are you going to stop bowling, Dick?
Well, no, like the reason I was thinking is the system like for bowling. I like to bowl, but it's a nice system because you're playing every day, and this is what it costs. And at the end of the season, you get paid out X amount of dollars.
So we have in our pilot program concept right now. We have we're going to build out intramural leagues basically. So we'll have, let's call it FIFA every whatever night per week, and a bracket style season over the course of 12 weeks. And we'll do that for FIFA, the most recent Madden, whatever's in season. We don't have that on the calendar yet because we're still trying to draw up the actual rules.
Yeah.
And outside of that, we also in the spring are going to implement a Houston high school eSports league where we go out to the schools sign up, and it's a 12-week competition based off of I can't remember if we have a game selected right now, but we'll have a game selected at that point in time. And
If I may,
yeah.
my Tetris skills are pretty formidable, and I'm just going to leave that.
Did you
there.
know Tetris is now an esports competitive game?
I will
Versus
believe it. I believe
100
it.
people, a battle royale system Tetris.
I'm the guy that actually finished Dragon's Lair. Okay, I got the princess.
How
at
much
the
money did
end.
that cost you?
A lot of quarters.
Yeah,
A lot.
that's a horrible game.
A lot. I love that. Are you kidding
frustrating.
me? No, the sequel, Space Ace. That was actually that's a question I have. I've got like all these old computer discs. Like I got Dragon's Lair and Pirates Gold on disc. Can someone bring in something and you can add it to your stable, or is this like the existing games only? Because I know I'm old school, and not a lot of people would.
For our servers,
Big
it has to be all digital based.
Got it. Okay.
So it has to be. We have to be able to go out to Steam, BattleNet, Origin, and grab the game.
Okay.
We don't have any physical disc.
Well, that's one thing that's interesting about the model you guys have, because y'all also have consoles, and that to me is the computer thing I get, because everyone can have a different type of computer, but you're still playing the same game. When it comes to consoles, like, what do you do about that? Because you have very few games have cross-play platforms, and so if I have a PlayStation, I can't play Xbox, but certain games do, which I think every game should that should be their goal for every competitive game. But what do y'all do about that? Like, do y'all just kind of say, hey, we're having an Xbox tournament, and then we're going to have a PlayStation tournament, then we're going to have a Nintendo Switch tournament kind of thing?
Pretty much. So
Okay.
if we do, let's say a console Fortnite tournament, we can do that on our Xboxes. Rocket League, either on Xbox or PC.
Because those can cross-play.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the ones that can cross-play, pick your poison,
Yeah.
and the winner is the winner.
Because I used to hang out with the guy who bring controller adapters.
We have plug and play, so if you want to play with any controller on our PC, you can do that.
Yeah.
We had some guys playing Street Fighter V with the lap console with the joystick and the buttons on it. I mean, if you've got a controller, bring it on.
So that's pretty cool.
So
I want to play. I want to.
well, here's the thing. So give us the address again.
It is 9702 Spring Cypress Road.
And now this is the funny thing. We found this out off the air. Literally every night I drive past this place, and I haven't. You just had a soft opening.
So our soft opening started Wednesday, and it goes through 7 p.m. tonight. And that
Okay.
is free gaming for everybody.
And so we got that. We got the grand opening. Now, as I've been driving by, I've been looking at the other side of the street. So now I know where this is. Like tonight, I have to go out to a theater off of 249 with my wife. We're going to usher. What are your hours?
Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to midnight.
Okay.
And Friday and Saturday, we're open until 2 a.m.
So on the way back from the theater tonight, my wife and I are going to gussied up. We're going to go watch Cabaret, and we're going to drive back. And I'm stopping in because you said it's $7 an hour.
Today it's 7 p.m. though.
Yeah, so we're closing early
Soft
today.
Sorry, dang it! This night, okay.
Get listen, dude.
Sorry, I was so excited. Okay,
This is
well,
the only night that we're doing. Tomorrow's the grand opening, so we're gonna
Got
shut
it.
down just a little early and get
Wait,
prepared.
you were
but I do others. I'm at the theater every night, and I like rehearse till 9, 10 o'clock at night. I need to blow off some steam so I don't punch an actor in the nose.
Well,
Yeah.
I can come here.
I kind of want to watch you play games because, like, my wife, she's not very good. And like, well, we got they remastered Spyro, the PlayStation game, the Little Dragon, and that was one of her favorite games. So I got it, and I was like, hey, I'll play this with you. And so watching her play that is hilarious because she's slowly understanding how game mechanics work, and she got it now. But what about that? What about people like Sean and my wife who don't play video games? Because it's kind of intimidating when you walk in and you hear the clickety clack.
Hey, I play Sid Meier's Civilization.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a different style of gamers out there.
There
There are
are.
the phone gamers. There's the casual folks who like playing single player adventure games. So, like, what about those kind of people?
Our staff has their hands. There are resident experts in every aspect,
Yeah.
or most of the aspects of the gaming world. So we have one person who's extremely professional, extremely good at streaming.
Yeah.
We have one who is
What's
a
streaming?
professional.
You mean like they're just
like on Twitch?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Twitch streamer.
We have one who is a professional mobile gamer. And then we have retro gaming,
Yeah.
and we have an all-around.
Yeah, I mean, and I will admit, I have never played a video game on a PC until about 2 weeks ago, and it took me about 10 minutes to figure out what buttons did what, and
Oh, yeah.
it was no problem. I was going, okay, I feel so much better that somebody who has never played a video game on a PC besides Minesweeper can get onto a PC and actually figure out what these buttons do and how to work it within a very short amount of time.
What's that, Aaron? You're challenging me to a Minesweeper
I
tournament? Winner
will
takes all.
challenge you, yes.
Gauntlet thrown, hold my beer. Finally, I can become.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, especially the tournament thing. That to me is very interesting. And then there's a league style that, because especially as an older person who likes playing video games, it's like you're gonna convince me to get out of my house because I know when I was 16 I couldn't afford everything, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, you know what, I can save my money and buy this computer and stay at home. So getting me out of the house to you guys is the community aspect. I really that's a huge appeal to me.
It actually builds social
And
skills.
to me, it's really important because I always like knowing more people. And my wife never understood going online and playing games, like to meet people, talk, because I play World of Warcraft and I've been playing since beta, and like I had 100 friends online in our guild, and it became a big
Yeah.
deal. We had a message board, we had all that stuff, and she didn't really connect with that. She's like, "Why are you talking to these people?" And especially when there's a female voice, she's like, "Who's that?" And
that girl?
that was really hard to convince her as this online person that I'd never met. But
Honey, no, the chainmail bikini is just for the avatar.
yeah,
It doesn't
well,
work
I
for
know. I
real.
think, and that's really neat for the meetups and stuff, because I'm thinking of your place, how I could use it, and that's definitely like a meetup place, and also to see what other people are doing, because like I really like watching Overwatch, but I'd never really had friends who played it, so I'd always play with people who I met online, and I know like today now I have a group of friends from school. We all reconnected because everyone now is playing video games. I was like, oh, now y'all play video games? So like Call of Duty was a big deal last night, and and I was like, I might get that, I guess, because I haven't really played Call of Duty, but I'll try it out. But I could try it out at y'all's place.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got it on all of our Xboxes. We've
Yeah.
got enough licenses to cover as many people as you can imagine for the PC, as long as the Call of Duty servers are up, which they weren't last
Now,
night.
let me ask you this: will y'all have like high score people?
So we are implementing
a
a system. We're
like a
putting a
thing.
a tracking system in place, and we're going to have high scores, and you're going to have plaques.
So if I come to you and I'm a member, do I get like an ID or something?
We're kind of playing with that.
'Cause that to me
'cause-
seems like very
like the name, like.
Yeah, like
yeah, like a plastic. We're kind of thinking about creating a plastic card, like an
See, I'm
actual,
flashing
like,
back to my old days
membership
of
card.
Photon. This is before your time, but we actually had like a laser tag thing, and it was called Photon. You got your badges
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Well, it's also like stats, because I know that's a big deal with gamers, because you can inspect your profile and like. Because I know when I was playing Overwatch, and some people were very picky about, oh, let's see what hours you played on this character and what your
Yeah.
kill death ratio is. I'm like, can we just play the game? And they're like, no, you can't. Like WoW's big deal on that. Like they check your IO score. There's literally an outside source to the game that has a mechanic to it that Blizzard doesn't even manage. It's like this other group does,
It's hardcore.
and they won't even talk to you.
Super
They'd be like,
intense.
"Oh, your IO score is not high enough." And I'm like, "Man, this is so serious." But that to me is very appealing too, because for the community wise, like if I'm going to talk trash, I can prove it. Because at hey, Sean, You got to express yourself somehow, right?
You betcha.
But yeah, that's kind of a cool deal, and that's the community idea is very appealing.
We have a listener asking if there's going to be coffee on tap.
Oh my God.
Actually, at our
tomorrow.
grand opening, Barbarossa will be there selling their coffee.
Yeah.
We do not have a coffee machine on tap, but we do have a couple of places in our center who sell really, really great coffee.
Yeah.
Cool. Because
Yeah.
I'm not a monster drinker, but, pour me that Folgers any day.
No
So.
kidding, me too.
That's actually pretty convenient to have a coffee store next door.
It would be nice. We have open space next to us if anybody wants to open up a coffee place next door to us.
Or a
Bean
bar,
Punk, if
or
you're
a
looking
bar.
for another location. Yeah, right?
I could use a happy hour right next to the store.
Bean Punk, are you listening? Here you go.
Well, so outside of the physical location, do you guys plan, like you say, you're going to be in high schools, but everything's kind of come back to the store.
Yeah.
So
Because this is
all-
a brick and mortar store.
Correct.
Brick and
All
mortar store.
competition will be done in store.
So what kind of connections, me as a player, can I do at home? Like, because you said you have a Discord server, so that's
Oh, yeah.
communicating with one another.
In
but-
order, yeah.
But like, say 10 of my friends are at your store and I want to play with them, but I'm unfortunately, in New York. So am I still able to do the normal connecting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still able to connect just as you would at home with
Okay.
any of your friends across the world.
Okay.
So it's not strictly local area network center.
Okay.
It is global, but the that LAN center nomenclature is still there.
Okay. I was just curious because that to me is something that would be very inconvenient.
But
Yeah.
it's just like you're at home, except you're in really comfortable chairs. You're in
Yeah.
a great desk. You have all of the amazing lights from the PC, the flashing at you. You can see through the
our
PCs to
PCs are clear.
see it all.
They're
I mean,
all
it's
glass.
it's really neat.
No lie. I'm looking forward to going there because I pride myself on my hedonism.
Is your AC like on 50?
It was
No,
on
it was on
72 last night,
and
and
I
it
was
was
wearing a sweater.
cold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Because
Yeah.
even here, these computers heat this thing up like 10 degrees.
These are all energy efficient. They're all Energy Star rated computers, so they've got that already built into them. But they still get pretty heated.
Can you purchase computers through you guys?
So the computers that we have on our desk don't have an operating system on them. The operating system is on the server, and the server talks to all the computers. So the ones on our desk we cannot sell, but our IT guy at corporate would love to be able to build people computers and sell them. So
Yeah,
if-
because that's kind of the roadblock a lot of people
yeah.
get into when they get into PCs. Like, I have no idea how to
Yeah.
do this.
Again, this is great for someone like me so I don't know that much. I literally have a Wii, a Sega Genesis, and an Xbox at my
Yeah.
house that I play occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've already gotten the clear that if we ever get the request that somebody wants to buy one of the computers, we can have them custom built for them.
That's so cool.
Well, good.
Dick, when are we
Right.
going? I'm going. They
Well,
suck. They won't be there
I'm
tonight.
gonna talk to my brother about
10
it
o'clock,
tonight
but-
because he's one of those elitists with the WoW Raider
Well,
IOs. He won't let me play with him.
I'm going to take my wife.
Can you believe that? Like, what
Well,
a
they-
jerk.
Come over, take a selfie, and send it to him. And go, fine. Well, you can't play with me.
No, I mean, what a jerk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys are going to come out, our grand opening tomorrow, the doors
Yeah.
open at 11 o'clock. We have the
That's
Monster.
AM.
11
AM.
a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, making
1100
sure.
hours.
We have the Monster Energy trucks and tasters coming out there
What is that?
from noon to 2.
Yeah.
And then we have Barbarossa out there from 2 to 4.
Right.
And then after 9 o'clock, we are sponsored by Carbach. So we will be having some Carbach beer there as well.
Okay.
Dude. Hold on. Wait, no. I've
kinda cool.
got an acting gig tomorrow night, but it should be over around 10 o'clock. in
So what time
downtown
do y'all
Houston.
close tomorrow for the grand opening?
2
a.m.
2 a.m. So you're doing that's when the
Yep.
normal hours are
Yep.
kicking
Normal
in.
hours start.
Go.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's go.
Come on.
Dude.
That'd be kind of fun, man. Okay.
I'm going to bring my cast there because, weeknights we rehearse. I'm just going to.
Oh, he said cat. I thought you said cat. I was like, you're gonna bring your cat?
No,
Sure.
no. Cats to me are zombie bait. In the zombie apocalypse, you load yourself up with cats. If the zombies are coming, you throw the cat at them and
Oh
run the
my
other
God,
direction.
That was amazing. I was like, I'm willing
That'd
to
actually
see
be pretty funny.
Yeah, we could have that where hurl your cat at the zombies.
That's cool.
That's a Call of Duty mod you want to add in.
Okay.
Cool. This is awesome. This is great. I didn't know what to expect because, again, I just pride myself in my hedonism. But this is something I think I could really get into. And, I mean, price-wise, very
Yeah.
affordable. You can go spend 2 or 3 times this for a movie where you're just sitting there watching it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have tomorrow at the grand opening. We're gonna have a whole bunch of prizes, raffle. Everybody gets a raffle ticket.
Yeah.
We've got brand new Nintendo Switches that are completely unlocked. They're completely locked down. So as people unlock characters, we'll give in more raffle tickets. We've given away a gaming chair, a headphone, not a headphone. I'm sorry, a gaming keyboard and mouse. We've got a full month of unlimited gaming that we're gonna give away. Wow.
And on top of that, for
the
the
cosplay.
grand prize is going to be a Nintendo Switch Lite, and we're doing cosplay.
It's a cosplay costume.
So
contest.
cosplay costume contest. Registration begins at 11, and judging is at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll just wear my Halloween costume, which
There
I'm
you go.
wearing right now. My cosplay is Dr. Sam Beckett, who's just quantum leapt into a semi-embittered
Quantum.
radio.
That's not video game. Sorry.
Love it.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with some quantum leap.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just walk around going, "Oh boy," and
So-
people get it.
Outside of the video game thing, is it our hangout spot too?
Yeah.
Like say like I don't want to play now. I'm taking a break. Do I have to leave?
no, you don't have to leave.
You do, but they don't.
They're all. We're not expecting to be 100% full all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So if you want to take a break, you can log out so your time doesn't come down and go talk to your friends. We had what, maybe a dozen people just kind of hanging around watching people game,
Yeah.
cheering
Well,
each
That's
other
what,
on.
again. That's another aspect. Like I didn't have people to talk to about talk gaming, and so it was just kind of like a letdown. But now that there's an opportunity, I want to like take full advantage of hanging out with people who are doing like-minded things. So
And then if you start talking about a couple of games to our team members,
Oh
oh
my
my
gosh.
goodness, they're
Love
going
that.
to overload you with knowledge. It is
That's cool.
incredible, and I saw some conversations yesterday just explode in amazingness.
Well, I'm on your Facebook and I'm looking at your events. So y'all already have scheduled tournaments
We do.
coming up. So let's
Wow.
talk about that and let people know. I'm seeing Smash Brothers.
Yep,
And
on-
Street Fighter.
yep.
And what else y'all got?
So those two are actually exterior tournament organizers.
Oh, okay.
One is the the Monday night Smash tournament is Go Sports. They're the ones hosting it. We're going to do cross promotion just to make sure that we can reach as many people as we can
Yeah.
for them, especially with it being the first one we're hosting. The other one is the Quantum Ducks that are coming in doing a Street Fighter tournament, and then the 8th we do our Fortnite tournament, which is not on Facebook yet. I'm
Yeah.
adding it in after this weekend. But your wife might like this. Every Thursday night is ladies' night. Women play for free 7 p.m. to midnight every Thursday.
I don't know what she'd play though. We've been playing Overcooked. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's like a
No.
cooking game, but it's like a team-based deal.
Awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really fun, and
I
it's
guess
like
it beats a video of you cooking a hot dog.
so. Well, actually, Sean, you'd like this game.
I would.
Oh yeah, but check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I just friended you guys on Facebook, so it's Contender or just type in Contender eSports as eSports is one word. They're right there at the top. Let's build up their like count and get this grand opening.
I think it's cool because
rocking
like with my
situation.
wife, she was kind of taken back how much I like video games.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get games that are very like they're team based and kind of like Streets of Rage kind of thing where you're two buddies,
Yeah.
Double Dragon kind of thing. You're running around together, and it's been kind of like an adventure because some games work, some games do not work. And that's what about for the single player games? Because I know it sounds like I can come to your place and try out games.
Yeah.
Do y'all have like a list of the games? Because like Sean said, he has a game, but you couldn't play it because it's so old. Sean,
It's a classic.
But like, how do I know what games y'all have?
So we don't really have a list because there's too many to list.
Okay,
It's
So-
like a karaoke bar
If-
that changes
if-
every night.
If
just
you
call
show
ahead
up,
basically.
Yeah, you can call
Yeah.
ahead, and if you show up and say you want to play a game that we don't have, let's say this happened just yesterday.
say
Somebody
Overcooked.
came in and wanted to play Portal 2,
Okay.
and we didn't have Portal 2.
I played that. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. It's a game that I know.
We simply go download it. I think it took about 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes, and you're good to go.
See, that's a competitive game. You know that, right? Because it's timed. So there's people post times.
That's the one where I'm the robot
portals.
egg and I'm jumping
Yeah.
through the red. Yeah, I played
No,
that.
Holly and I played that because
I played some of it.
This 2 was more of a co-op game.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting because she had to learn mouse and keyboard, and I finally just gave her a joystick.
I had to learn
She-
quantum
she-
physics to play that.
But no, how about that? That's a whole nother realm with video games is speed runs. Mm-hmm. So I know that's a huge deal, and we were talking about cheating because that guy King Kong was that a Donkey Kong guy got caught cheating. The King of Kong. Have you seen that documentary about?
No, I missed that.
So the guy who claims he's the best at Donkey Kong got caught cheating. But what speed runs and stuff? Are y'all gonna do anything like that? Like, because I know a lot of people do like fundraisers. Like they game for 24 hours and they do fundraisers while doing. I never really understood that, but I'm not dissing those kind of things, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. So we're open to all sorts of suggestions, and this is the first suggestion on the speed runs. And if we can get some demand, we can get some hype around it. We'll absolutely build events around it.
Because I can see that. That's the Mario people right there, Sean. For you, they're like, how fast can you beat the first Mario? And that's a known thing. Like that's people stream it, and I think
20 minutes or something like that.
they beat the first Mario in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's some weird. I mean, like people figure out, and that's actually one of the things is they exploit that game because they know there's certain ways to jump, but that's pretty cool. So they are looking at a suggestion. So people, it's a community-driven business right here. So if you have
Absolutely.
ideas, contact you guys.
Absolutely. And we have an entire channel set up on our Discord, and you can get to our Discord by going.
Let's explain what Discord is.
Oh, okay.
No, hang on. Now, I play a little Star Trek game on my phone, and they have a Discord channel for
Okay, so
when you complain
for
about
those who don't know what Discord is, what is it?
Discord is basically a private chat room for Contender eSports. And Discord, you can have your own servers or chat rooms for any purpose whatsoever. So we built a Discord server for Contender eSports, and inside that server we have different channels, and you can think of them as different folders, and you can live forums and open chat rooms, voice chat, things of that sort. So for instance, we have a channel for most of the games that we have. So you can go in there and you can talk to people like-minded about the games, about updates, about, hey, you guys want to go over to Contender and play tonight at 7:00. Now, you don't have to be in our facility in order to be on that Discord. You can be anywhere in the world and be on that Discord.
Yeah, it's like you have an app, and there's a web app, and then there's actually a physical
You
application
can hold up
for
to
your
that camera
computer.
there if you want, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember how we got onto the Discord conversation.
Well, because I
apologize.
think that to me, a lot of people get disconnected between what Discord really is. It's basically just it's an app that you can chat and communicate, like voice chat, like text chat, and it's just one of those things that's ongoing. So imagine being part of a group text.
Again, it builds the community.
Yeah, it's a group.
Exactly.
It's a group thing. So it's like I like it because you don't have to keep installing the same thing over and over. It's like you literally can do it on your phone, plug in your headphones, and talk to people.
Yes.
And you can bring that phone anywhere and stuff like that. So
And we have Discord on all of our computers as well. So just log into your own Discord, and then you'll be hooked up with all your friends via voice.
yeah, that's cool. And anything else y'all want to talk about? Because we got to be shutting down the show pretty soon.
Do you have merch and bling? Because I know you're both wearing
We do.
We
t-shirts.
do. We have T-shirts for sale, hats for sale.
We've got Arctic
We have
tumblers.
Arctic tumblers with our emblem in them.
Nice.
I mean, we've got quite a bit of stuff over there for sale.
We've got gamer supplements.
We have gamer
Wait,
supplements.
what?
So you
That
know,
is a
brain or
thing.
you know,
something?
Are these like
pre-workout
thumb braces
for
or
the
something?
gym.
Yeah.
It's a gamer supplement that's pretty close to that, except it doesn't have the
It doesn't have the beta alanine.
Beta-alanine in it.
I literally have a video last night of my buddy mixing his workout stuff, getting ready for Call of Duty.
Yeah. So we're selling.
It's insane. It's insanefocus.gg. It's from Focus Labs.
Well, we'll do. Hey, Sean, you want to do something for a show and see how amped you get?
Yeah.
So
Give me some gamer rage. Well, I can do those, those finger exercises and the thumb brace. And I
Just need one of those stress
well, that's
balls.
actually
Yeah.
that's how I dislocated my pinky. I
I'm a
think.
bass player, so I got the finger strength down,
Oh, yeah,
so I
you're
can get
good.
that going there. Yeah.
So
I'm so
you
I'm
got to
so
reach
going
that
here, Dave.
control key really easily.
Oh, they just need smaller controllers because I got such dinky
Well, they
hands.
make those. They make little 10-keyless keyboards.
Yes,
They're
I
all
know.
tiny.
I know.
How loud is y'all's place? Because I know the mechanics.
Not
very,
very.
yeah,
So
we
we have
can-
12-foot ceilings. We have sound dampening.
Oh wow. Okay.
We got sound
Decoration
everything
everywhere.
all
Well,
over, yeah.
my wife, after she learned how much I like view, she bought me a 1986 IBM Model M keyboard, and it was fully restored, and it was like click, clank, click, clank, clank. And she's like, "Why did I buy this? Why did I buy this?"
So our keyboards
Sure.
are loud, but they're not that loud.
Yeah.
When I think you were on the headphones and I was at home,
I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, couldn't hear the clanking through the
Yeah,
keyboards.
but it adds to the aura.
Yeah.
You got to have if you don't have that going on, it's not
What game are
not a
you playing?
game.
Oh, it's a game where you just push one key over
Yeah.
and over and over and over.
That's right.
Duh.
That would be me.
All right, cool. Well, guys, we have Contender Esports in the studio. Check them out. Grand opening is tomorrow, opening at 11, and then you have a full day of events, of giveaways, and then they have trucks from Monster Truck and coffee. What was it called?
Barbarossa Coffee.
Barbarossa Coffee. And then you'll have upcoming. They're on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. It says Contender eSports of Spring. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so
Aaron
much for
and Al,
having
thank
us.
you so much for being in here. What a blast. I know Dick's just like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
I know what I got to get him for Christmas now. One of these
So-
We do have gift
monthly
cards.
thing. Yeah, and so I'll be stopping
Well, I
by
just want to
buying
talk
them.
trash.
I know.
That's all I wanna
Dick.
do.
I know.
So-
You'll
There
get
will be
your
a
chance.
plethora of trash.
If they're, I'm going to be sitting next to a 12-year-old, and someone's going to be like, there's a line, Richard. We crossed it. Like, whatever.
We're all equal in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, exactly. That should be the motto. They're all trash. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Dick and Skippy in the mornings. We got to be signing off, guys, but we'll be back on Monday. We have a full lineup next week with guests and stuff like that. We also have a special live. We're going to be posting it. We're going to be interviewing folks who are running for Woodland Township and stuff like that. We're trying
And
to
we
make.
may actually have a special
So-
extra.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
like
trying to
an
say.
extra day.
Yeah, we're going to be posting that because there's so many people all of a sudden wanted to come in, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
now they like
early
us.
voting's going on. No, now they like us.
Yeah.
So so keep tuning with us on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You've been listening to Dick and Skippy in the mornings on Lone Star Community Radio. We will see you guys later.
Peace.
To the future of your life.